Good morning, everybody. How is everybody this morning? Welcome back to your regularly scheduled broadcast of The Long Dark. Where were we? Oh, actually, I forgot to ask. I hope everybody is doing well today. Apologies. I forgot. Right, where were we? Well, yesterday didn't quite work out as planned. I've found out I don't have enough salt to make another meat curing box. But fortunately I was able to stuff the remnants of a bear into the one I've got. Additionally, the moose spawned in. The moose in Coastal Highway at the Quonset garage is actually fairly rare. And yet both times I've spent time there, it has eventually spawned in. I've never seen it respawn, and I think others have said it takes a long time to respawn, if at all. But that meant I've got even more meat. I've never had so much meat in a game, ever. Maybe I'm getting better at hunting. So, what's my goal for today, if I can be said to have one? I need to make water, I do know that much, which is not exactly a difficult task. I do want to do a trade with the trader. So far the weather is not cooperating, or should I say atmospheric conditions are not cooperating. Still, if I don't do something like go fishing, I should be okay. Let's get on with this. Good morning, Anna. Hello, how are you today? Good to see you. I hope everything is well with you. If I have to dash off, and I shouldn't, it's because I've got a delivery and I'll return shortly. My green screen is arriving today, which means I'm going to hopefully be spending a big chunk of the afternoon trying to get it all configured, and I'm by no means certain it'll fit where I want to or the rest of it, so that's going to be some work. But hey, you know, that's a pleasant job to look forward to rather than an onerous one. Although having said that, it's likely to be onerous as well. Right. Let's get on with this. Oh, I think I just summarized how I'm doing. Let's see about getting some water together. It's late in the day, but I've got time for that. Where is my... There we go. Oh, only 8 charcoal. I'm slightly surprised, to be honest. Oh, excuse me a second. I'm
not sure I can carry much more.
Hi, Tony. Welcome back. This is cozy. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
So, hoping for an aurora. Looks like I'm not going to get one. Still, I'm going to do 2-hour naps, just on the off chance we get a late night aurora, which does happen. But not today, apparently. So the next thing I want to start thinking of is building furniture. I have been inspired to consider updating this place somewhat. What do I need in order to build furniture? Hi, Eugene. Or did I say hi, Eugene, already? I apologize if I did. Alright, what do we need to actually build furniture? Let's see. What do we want to start off with? A bed? Can we build a bed in the game? Ah! 18 fur? I've got the... Oh no, I need a lot more ptarmigan down, don't I? That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's a bit of a problem. That is a problem. Because the nearest ptarmigan down is... Mystery Lake. Alright. Let's see. Do they have a method? Do they have a method of... What do we have here? Can I build a wardrobe? No, I can't. Wow. Oh, okay, I can build a closet. 24 fur. I'm assuming I can store stuff in this, which would be good to do. I kind of knew you could, but it wasn't until Eugene posted pictures of his setup that I started thinking, you know what, I have something I could do. And I could definitely do with a nice, tall, rustic closet, apart from the requirement for I still need ptarmigan down. A lot of it. Which I can't get from here yet. Well, no, I just can't get it. So that would mean I've got to go dashing off to... I'm pretty certain the last time I had this question, the nearest place I could find ptarmigan down was Mystery Lake. And we remember what that was like. But some rustic cupboards. Do I want to go with a rustic cupboard or a tall rustic closet? The rustic cupboard I could actually do pretty much right now. Or I could do the rustic storage trunk. Why is everything made of fur? I can make one of those. What's the... Oh, 15 kilograms capacity. What is the capacity of one of these? 30 kilograms. So I was hoping I could replace them on a one-for-one basis, but apparently I can't. Rustic storage trunk. Okay. Nine. Ah. I could build that. Be nice to get rid of these. Transfer stuff around. Convert this area at the very least into something nice. What is that? Oh, it's an old computer. Yeah. Configure the bedroom first, I think. That would make a sort of sense. Got room for a bed. This would become my living room and workshop, I suppose. I don't know what you would do with this. You can't remove this, unfortunately. Let's take a look outside and see what...
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Ah! Yeah, well... Oh, hello! Oh, alright, I already harvested him. I'd forgotten about that. Yep, not going anywhere in this weather. Nope, nope, nopey nope. Well, I'll tell you what. No, you can't destroy this. It's sort of stuck there. That's a good idea. Let's build ourselves a chest at least, I think. Where did I put the fire? Ah, here we go. That's doable.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
This is the first time I've built furniture in the game. Oh, look at that. Where'd it go? Right. All right, where did it go? I did build a chest, didn't I? Where is it? Um, I built the wrong thing, didn't I? What did I build? Oh, for heaven's sake. And where is whatever I built? Oh, good grief. Hang on.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Um, did I? Okay, did I? Oh, that was stupid. Oh, where is it? Oh. That was stupid. Yeah, I saw that. Right. What do I do with it? Decoration not allowed in inventory. Oh, did I not finish building it? Um, I'm... Okay, it says it's 57%. Does that mean 57% done? Because I might as well complete it. I'll take a chance here. I will be very irritated. Yeah, I kind of figured that one. Deploy. Ah! Okay. It's not what I want, but... it's better than nothing. Okay. This reminds me of the time I wanted to make deerskin trousers and accidentally started crafting deerskin boots. Okay, well, I've got a table. It's a bedside table. Nah, okay. Now I need more firewood, and it's getting late. I spent 8 hours building this useless thing. Because I'm an idiot, apparently. It's non-intuitive.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Just as a sort of FYI, Prologue Go Way Back got a upgrade today. There is now a custom game mode, which could be potentially useful. Apparently there's a way for people to copy seeds around. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but apparently there's a way of doing that. So, yeah. You can now carry a thermometer to find out how cold it is. So they're making some progress. Yeah, at least. Got a better idea. Well, let's just pass some time, see if we... Morning! How are you doing, Tamarack Gaming? So I guess I'm going out after fur. Oh! We've had a blizzard. There should be fur hanging around, shouldn't there? Oh no! Oh, I'm sorry you can't sleep. Although, strangely, that's often the time I wake up, so... But I have the luxury of taking a nap, of being able to take a nap in the afternoons. Yeah, I wanted to put a... Never mind, never mind. Don't worry about it too much.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Doing a bit of constructive tidying up. No, I'm going to need more. I know. But I've got everything I can so far. But we'll sort that out. Yay, progress. Fur. Hey, Danny.
Didn't drop any of this gear.
Turns out Fallen Raven is also a cat owner. And I have now completely forgotten the name of her cat. Their cat. I don't know if Fallen Raven is a he or a she. Now that I think about it. Oh, and it's freezing. Oh, no, I'm headed the wrong way. I am now trying to remember the name of Fallen Raven's cat. I remember that the cat is 13 years old. What was the cat's name? Sorry. Cedar? Where did I last find fur around here? Cedar again. Are they? Well, the reason that niche games are played by Americans more is because there are more Americans. So it is going to appear that way. If you looked per capita, it might be different. I am not going to be able to remember those names. I am sorry. Those deer behind me are slightly nerve-wracking. Do you want to talk about the work drama?
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
And Little Nugget. He does pop in sometimes. And Fallen Raven. And Brickage. I always check because I'm never entirely positive that what I'm looking at is genuinely cedar. Ugh. Yes, my heart goes out to you, Danny. That cannot be fun.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Why do I get the feeling they are? Yeah, I saw him a couple of days ago on Warframe. He seems to be doing well. My family's never really been a cat family, but my mother many years ago, had an outdoor cat that sort of adopted them. She was, I think, 18 when she left us. And she was, and it was a she, an orange tabby. And I know that you're not supposed to be able to get an orange tabby that is female, but there are apparently circumstances under which that can happen. No, I've been after the plane. I'm 180 odd. No, I'm 212 days in. I've been after the plane. I did that some time ago. I'm looking for fur. Wood, not animal covering. I do not speedrun the Long Dark. And I'm trying out new things like making furniture and doing it badly as it happens, but I shot a moose yesterday. I know, I've checked this out, haven't I? Yeah. I'll start considering going after ptarmigan when I can shoot from crouched. You know, like this. I should almost be there. And that will make things a lot easier. And I've talked about my Long Dark speed run, but that wasn't really to achieve anything within the game. That was to take a recording of an aurora. Yeah. No, my mother's cat, yeah, just she did, as she got older, she did become an indoor cat. I think she finally appreciated I always check just to be sure, because one day I'm going to say, no, that's not fur, that's cedar, and then I'll be wrong. There should be fur over here. I know I've got 6 fur in that, I think. No, that. But I'm going to leave it there because you never know when you might want to be stranded. Don't know. Do we have any Long Dark players watching? Not Long Dark players, I'm sorry. Warframe players. If there are any Warframe players, they'll be aware of the new quest. The old piece came out yesterday. I ran it for... I did a complete playthrough last night. Took me about 3 hours. Including complaining, moaning, restarting the game, getting irritated, that kind of thing. Could have sworn I saw a branch up here just now. Nope. It was the top of a rock. Yes, I have had fur respawn. The one I just picked up, I think, was a respawn. But I am speculating that they've changed the respawns recently, because places that I used to be able to get fur near the Quonset hut have had them replaced by cedar. I'm pretty certain there should be fur around here. Probably ought to start considering putting, and that is cedar. Please don't tell me they nerfed fur in the game. Not really. It's you can play it solo. It's not a first-person shooter. It's a third-person. Calling it a shooter is really minimizing it. It's a third-person shooter / role-playing game / yes, you can play it co-op, but it doesn't have to be. You do play online, but if you want to, you can just play solo. Oh, I left some animal fat here. I'm pretty certain I picked up fur from here last time. They've nerfed. Please don't tell me they did that. I think they nerfed fur. Well, that's true, yes. I've probably made an observation along those lines before, because that's always the way, isn't it? I remember during the Voyager, my first Voyager run, the long one, the one that ended up being 500 and something odd days, in not Pleasant Valley, Milton Township, in the farm area. And as I was walking around, you would always find deer in a certain spot. I don't like going down the road past the Quonset hut because there's a bear down there. But the moment I made the bow, all the deer disappeared. Hey, Riss. You know what? I may very well just go up. Ooh. Is there fur on the island? I don't remember. Oh, doesn't it? I thought it did. I mean, all the branches appear to be in more or less the right place, but... Mental note to self, replace all the firewood with cedar. No, I left cedar in here. I was hoping I had left fir. I did not. No, I can't remember everything. I'm terrible at everything. Sorry, not terrible at everything. Minor sweeping statement. I don't remember, yeah, I mean, how many conversations have I had in the last year during live streams? 700, 600, something like that? I really don't remember everything, I'm sorry. In order for me to remember something, I'd have to write a summary and then review it every single live stream, and 3 bears. 3 bears. There's one bear roughly where I am that goes onto the road. There's one in the middle there that goes along the road and then up. And then there's another one at the end that goes onto the road near the cottages. So, 3 bears. Now this one should be dead, shouldn't it? I hope it's dead. I would be most irritated. I should have been counting. When did I kill this bear? Yeah, that's cedar, of course, isn't it? Oh, did I use up all the firewood here? I would have sworn I left some around. Apparently I did not. Okay. Well, that was a bit of a waste of my time. Oh, it's a deer. I heard a sudden grunt and nearly had a heart attack. Oh, oh. Oh dear. Those wolves look like they're heading somewhere with a certain degree of intent. Didn't I kill them all? Yeah. Do us a favour, Riss. Take the caps lock off. It is actually considered rude to type in all caps. I'm not saying that's your intent, but in the general online typing community, Yeah, you should not be typing in all caps. We can read you just fine. You don't need to. It's considered yelling. And there's nothing wrong with your English grammar, Riss. There are native English speakers who write more poorly than you do, so I wouldn't worry about it. So, there are the wolves. Well, maybe, Riss, it is time to consider learning a new skill. Typing without the caps lock button on. Because you have to bear in mind, if you go chatting elsewhere, well, that's a valid point, you didn't yesterday. If you go elsewhere to talk via text on the internet and you type in all caps because that's what you're used to, people will really not like it. They will get quite offended. So, good opportunity in a calm and friendly environment to learn more typing in lowercase. You're not going to do this to me, are you? Finally! Level 5. I'll go after that deer in a moment. I really was not intending shooting a deer today.
I wonder if I can drop any of this
But I'm sorry, when one of them charges straight at me, I'm going to take the opportunity. No. This is what I meant, Riss. We're not going to block you. We're not going to get angry or irritated, but we will hopefully kindly remind you that you really don't want to talk in capitals. I mean, unless you are intending to shout. Finally.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Look at this! I can crouch! Now the question is... Oh, no, there it is. I can crouch. Yay. No, it's not. It does not come across as cool, I'm afraid, Riss. Even to me, and I'm... Yes, finally. Finally. Ooh, let's quarter it.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I do have a reason for killing deer, by the way. It's skins. No. No, this trick here, you need to be level 5, and it makes hunting so much easier. Especially things like ptarmigan. Yeah. Well, that was definitely not something planned today. Was it the last time I killed a deer on the ice? I ended up slowly walking away from a pack of wolves to the Misanthropes Island. Not everybody. No, it's not. It's not for everybody. It can get very frantic, very frenetic. But I will say the community is utterly delightful. It is, it is an extremely non-toxic environment, is Warframe, and very generous,
For shelter.
I have to say.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, what's with the threatening music? And curiously, you can now get, from my channel, Warframe drops. Got them yesterday, as a matter of fact. You can link your Twitch account to Warframe, and I'm not sure quite how it works, but I think if you're an affiliate, then you can get notifications of specials from Warframe itself, which you can then pick up in the game, and which is nice.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
You're at the end game. There is no end game to Warframe. There's always something else to do, unless you've got some of the legendary ranks. There are people who have been playing Warframe since 2013. Was it 2014? And they're still playing, and there's still stuff for them to do. There's always something to do. They are constantly updating. So just now we had the new Old Peace quest, which is 3 hours, but then when you finish that, you unlock something else. The last major update was called the Valis Undermine, which I've never played. I just think it's weird, but that's one of the strengths of Warframe. They are constantly updating it. I don't know how many major updates we've had this year, but I think I'm on my... I started out with Isle Weaver, then there was the Valis Undermine, and now we've got the Old Peace. Oh, and I forgot, there was a fourth one. The Teacher quest. And yeah, it's one of the huge strengths of it, that they constantly update it. In that sense, it's a bit like No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky constantly updates. I mean, honestly, I wish I could have time to play No Man's Sky, Warframe, The Long Dark, and everything else, but I don't. Well, you don't have the current the new Warframe that came out yesterday. I guarantee you that. Uriel came out yesterday. The Demon Warframe. You know everyone's going to be grinding for that, including, I'll be honest, me.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Yes, good prediction. Time for a potty break. Stop reading my mind. You won't like what's in there. Right, yes, but Anna is quite correct. I am going to take a quick potty break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Yeah, that's true. It's more or less on the hour, unless the coffee is galloping through me faster than usual. Right, what am I doing? Sleeping. I'm sleeping, aren't I? Yes, definitely sleeping. Oh, probably should have done a 2-hour nap. Oh, I'm sure you could if you wanted to. You just have to get very creative with your modifications.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I think I can hear the wind howling outside. I like mine black strong with the heaviest, darkest sugar I can find. Um, so I tend to get sugar with molasses in it for my coffee. But this isn't coffee that I'm drinking now. After a certain time of day, typically round about... During the week, I tend to stop drinking coffee around about 7 a.m. and then switch to tea. 7 a.m.? No. 8:30. More or less exactly 8:30 I switch to tea at that point. And I mean herb tea. Well, herb tea. It's lemon and ginger. And then spiced ginger in the evenings with hot honey. Yes. And I don't mean just brown sugar. I mean heavy brown sugar. The stuff that in principle they haven't removed the molasses from, or that's what they claim. Except that my understanding of the sugar making process is it produces white sugar naturally. And that in order to get heavy, dark brown sugar, they actually have to add coloring or molasses into it. So, yeah. And I do drink it too sweet as well.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, I am doing better for deer hides, which is good. I ought to have. Exactly. Again, I'm pretty certain that with sugarcane and with sugar beet, the default result of that product is in fact white sugar. So the idea that somehow brown sugar is somehow better is, yeah, not exactly true. No, well, there is technically an ending to the long dark risk. It's called dying. That's the ending. And sooner or later, you will die in the game. I think I'm safe in saying that. Although I'm told the world record in the game is something like 11,000 days. It's like pinball. What's the, is there an end to a pinball game? Yes, there is. When you lose. Every single pinball game that I'm aware of ends when you lose the game. So, no, there is no ultimate victory or ultimate I've done it in the Long Dark. Not in survival mode. We are waiting for the final episode of Wintermute. But Wintermute is story mode. Oh, and I suppose there's the challenges, which I've never played. That those do have endings.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I'm just wondering if all this butchery is enough to lure our friendly local bear. And I do need to check what I need to fix, don't I? Decent, new. Okay, I need to fix a few things. Alright. Fixing time. Where's my rabbits? Have I only got one cured rabbit pelt? I thought I had more than that.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Could have sworn I had more rabbits than that. Ooh, have I got to go rabbit hunting? I think I do. I thought I had more rabbit pelts than that. You mean part 5, Tony? I did the first 4 parts, live streamed them. They're on the playlist. So it's the first 4 parts. Part 5 is the one we're all waiting for. And have been waiting for, what? I think we've been waiting for about 4 years for part 5 of Wintermute. I could have sworn. I have got to go and do serious rabbit hunt. I know I've already checked. I'm all out of rabbits. I could have sworn I did. I thought I had 7 rabbit skins. But apparently I do not. That is most disconcerting. I am literally checking everything to make sure I haven't missed them. But I thought I'd put them over there. It is supposed to be huge. They say, for what it's worth, that it's going to be as big as all the other parts combined. But they've also been working on, Black Frost. Okay, I need to go and do some serious rabbit hunting.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Alright, let's fix up what else I can. And, know I need that. It's going to be a race, isn't it, between Black Frost coming out and Wintermute Episode 5. I will run Episode 5 when it comes out. I'm not quite sure when. During my week I would do it. I know I used to run it at the weekends in the mornings, and I don't do weekend mornings anymore because honestly I was burning the candle at both ends. Black Frost is the sequel to The Long Dark. It's supposed to be coming out next year sometime. Huh. I am now officially somewhat frustrated. Well, I think I will put a bunch of I'm gonna have to do a rabbit run. Let's see what it's like outside. Yeah, no rabbit run today. Yeah, that is that is probably wise, to be honest. Every time somebody introduces an animal to take care of another animal, it almost always ends up in a disaster. I can't think of a situation where somebody has introduced an animal and it hasn't had a dramatic effect on the environment. So I am, yeah, what would happen? What would happen? See, here's the thing, right? You think, oh, mosquitoes bad. Yes, this is true. But they're also a vital part of the environment. So if you somehow, yeah, I know, I did that before, remember? But let's suppose you introduced something which would kill off mosquitoes that carried dengue fever, malaria, yellow fever, right? So suddenly you've got no or low mosquito populations, and suddenly all the animals which depend on eating the adults, eating the larvae, eating the eggs, that part of the population, that part of the ecology will get hammered. So, and that will then have other follow-along effects. but again, we don't know what the effect would be. I mean, are they actually going to be introducing mosquitoes that can't carry those malaria and dengue? And malaria, by the way, isn't a virus; it's a parasite, I think. Yeah, it's very difficult to know what would happen. A yellow fever, I think, is a virus. Dengue is, I think, a virus, but malaria is a parasite, I think. Yeah, cane toads in Australia is one example. Anytime rats have been introduced, even inadvertently, they've had deleterious effects. The introduction of cats into small islands have had deleterious effects. Mammals introduced into New Zealand have absolutely decimated the wildlife populations there. You've got lionfish which are an invasive, harmful species which eat all the local species. You've got things like Burmese pythons and green iguanas taking over the Everglades in Florida. In Hawaii, they introduced mongooses to kill something off. That had a deleterious effect on the ecology. Every single time an organism is introduced into a region that is not in a position to deal with it, you dramatically harm that ecology. So, right, so wabbit hunting. I was actually going to go up to the end of the road to do wabbit hunting. But yeah, I could go to Jackrabbit Island just as easily. Where did I put my snares? Here we go. Yes. It is indeed. The only downside to that one is the wolves. But yeah. Alright, what else do I need to fix? Actually, I need to fix... Let's see, what else? I'm going to leave off fixing the bearskin coat for now. That needs to be fixed, yeah. Pretty good. Oh. Oh, grief. That finally needs repairing. Oh, whoops. Or, to add to what Anna just said, you can, if you prefer, go over to Twitch and subscribe. I will put my ID in right now. Oops, yeah. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Saves me from doing that. Yeah. That is a question that is very difficult to answer. Is the next going to be a nuclear war? I'm assuming you mean world war. Honestly, I don't know. That's one of those I don't knows. I will say I'm not sure that biological warfare is I'm not sure about biological warfare. The last time that immediately occurs to me that biological warfare might kind of arguably have been used, and I could be wrong about this, was round about the mid-14th century, 1340s, and contributed to the spread of the Black Death. I know the Japanese during World War II did a lot of experimentation, including on the spreading of Black Death as a method of a biological warfare, and it never really took off or worked properly. It's one of the problems with, arguably, with chemical warfare and biological warfare is they don't work as well as you think they would. Chemical warfare, of course, was used fairly extensively during World War One, and in the end, it didn't really work. It was terrifying, but in the end, it didn't work. It's too unpredictable. And you're going to have the same kind of problem with biological warfare. It's going to be unpredictable. You've got a very real risk of infecting your own side. So while it sounds, it sounds in some ways at the moment, or based on history, worse than it really is. In the end, bombs and bullets are, or have in the past, proven to be far more effective than chemical and biological warfare. Now, nuclear weapons are an interesting concept from a point of view of is anyone likely to use them. It's going to be something like, in this day and age, oh boy, I wouldn't even like to speculate. It's that weird. Yeah, COVID was manageable. Some countries managed it better than others. And humanity, the thing is about one of the things about biological warfare is is we live with essentially diseases which infect millions every year, all the time. And humanity kind of knows how to deal with it, which may be one of the reasons why biological warfare hasn't really been properly tried out, shall we say. And hopefully it'll continue not to be, unless somebody comes up with something particularly horrific. I mean, you'd have to come up with something really, really appalling, which is not beyond the bounds of possibility, it has to be said.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Now, for some reason, I thought I heard the aurora. One of the problems with something like nuclear war, say one of the problems, it's not a problem per se, is that is the concept of mutually assured destruction. That's the idea that if you drop nuclear weapons on somebody, there's a very good chance they're going to do exactly the same to you. And nobody wants to take that risk. So, in a way, you could say that the most likely scenario for nuclear weapons might be relatively limited against an opponent who does not have a means to strike back. But in truth, if they don't have the means to strike back, then you don't really have a good reason for a nuclear strike.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
The concept of mutually assured destruction does seem, strangely, to have kept the world relatively safe. Because nobody wants to instigate an action that will result in their own destruction. And that was the thinking, part of the thinking behind the Cold War. Now, I am dredging around in my memory. There may be thinkers out there with different opinions, but sorry. I'm sorry. I'll try and let's just talk about something else. I apologize. am I doing? So if I am going, I will want to take my cooking pot. I've got my bedroll. I will take some food with me. Looks like we're going after wabbits. Actually, do you know what? I can't go after rabbits yet because I want that trade. I want to at least start the pemmican trade, and if I go off for days, I'm going to have a problem with I want an aurora so I can at least set up a trade for pemmican. So what I might do is instead, yeah, all for that.
This pack is getting...
My apologies, Eugene. So instead of spending quality time on Jackrabbit Island, I am going to go to the end of the road over there and plant my stuff there. Don't ask me why. I am far more comfortable going after the rabbits over here than I am those up there. No, I'm not. There are subjects I definitely try and avoid, and I will try and avoid that one. I mean, I can think of subject matters that I generally try and avoid. Yeah, now I can't get the music from the old piece out of my head. It is a beautiful piece of music. It has to be said, I found the old piece in Warframe to probably be the most emotional quest yet, and part of that was due to the music. There's some of it that made it feel like you're in the middle of combat, the music's playing, and you feel like you're dancing. It was really weird. I sincerely hope they release another soundtrack with some of the new music on. Except Nine Inch Nails. I don't want the Nine Inch Nails music on the soundtrack because I don't want to run into copyright strikes. Yeah, as I've said before, there's a sort of a joke around that that the developers really just wanted to make music. Oh yeah, we all pull together. Yeah, that's classic, isn't it? When I first got that music very, very, very early. Yeah, Fortuna. First time you visit Fortuna, somebody immediately commented, "Oh, time for a sing along," or words to that effect. Well, that's interesting. They don't show this as being a rabbit spot. Yeah, Fortuna. It's one of the most popular pieces of music. This is all cedar, isn't it? My nose keeps telling me it wants to sneeze. Don't worry, I'm not heading to Desolation Point. I just have not yet exhausted all the possibilities for firewood. More construction wood, which there doesn't appear to be any. Maths was never my strong point. I understood it well enough, I just couldn't do it. Just thought I might as well start collecting cedar. For the fires here. Okay. Fur! There's fur! There was one fir branch.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Alright, I'll come back here in the morning. Might as well head back home. Hopefully I remember where I put the snares. How many days ago did I kill the bear on the ice? It wasn't yesterday, was it? It was the day before, so I think. Or was it Monday? Because if it was Monday, that bear's going to respawn tomorrow. If it hasn't already. Yeah. That's the only reason why I'm not staying back in those huts while I wait for the snares.
Feels like night is coming.
I didn't trade rabbit skins with the trader, did I? I used wolf skins, I think. Oh, we have clear skies, so that's a thing. Because it's not biologically possible? And we do have powers. We have intelligence and dexterity and the ability to run most other animals into the ground. They're just... Oh.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, hang on a second. My nose says it wants to sneeze. How does resetting the trader infantry going to work? If I say I want the bush bow, resetting the inventory isn't going to do that, is it? I mean... Right. I need food. No, hasn't happened yet. Oh dear.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
All right. Cross fingers. Oh. Oh, that technique. Oh, that's like Minecraft. That's very Minecraft. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that somehow. That feels, yeah. You call it cheesing. I kind of call it cheating. And actually, it's not Minecraft. The Minecraft technique works differently. You're slightly concerning me, Riss. Why are you hungry all the time? Well. Well, we didn't get an aurora, and you can hear, I think you can hear the wind outside. Oh, that's true. No, I haven't done all that.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Nope. Nope. Nopey nope. Not going anywhere in this. Well, as you may have gathered from my general sort of tone, I am going to start bringing this to an end. So I can get lunch and then wait in tenterhooks for my green screen to show up, which then means I've got to go and fiddle with that. Yay. I still don't know when that's going to show up. Has it been updated? Out for delivery. Yay. Okay. So I should be getting it relatively soon. So, at this point, I ought to simply have a scrolling text across the screen. So, for all those who might be curious, all 114 of you, minus the regulars, assuming there aren't regulars in that 114. Yeah, I'll be back this evening at 7 p.m.
This gear.
Long Dark will return 9 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. Oh, the setup should be easy. It's the fitting it into somewhere where it'll actually work that's going to be difficult. I have very little space directly behind me, and I might have to change the furniture if that doesn't work. But that's all down to me. I think I should be able to make it work. Anyway. So, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope you all have a good day. And I will see you all next time.